So you tied. You have the second. You tied for the most threes made in the history of this league in consecutive games.
Yeah, they said Diana, right?
Yeah, but she needed 28 to do it. You did it in 23. So,
Nice.
I mean, you're hitting.
No, I love Debra. She would do the same thing.
I mean, you're shooting almost 52% from threes this year. I mean, you talked earlier this year about how big the basket looked. I mean, what's going on here?
I'm just having a lot of fun. Like, I know people don't see a lot, like I play overseas every year, and that's just a lot more work that I've put in. I feel like a lot more games every time. I mean, I'm playing a whole season when I'm not here, so those game shots that I'm getting, like the reps that I'm getting over there, I think it's just a testament to that. I just have a lot of confidence in what I do, especially over the last year. I think at the end of last season, like the last 10 games and into overseas, and now I just kind of found my flow at this point in my career, and I've just been trying to capitalize on it. And I think that's what you see. Like, and it's just a lot of joy, a lot of peace. I'm just having a lot of fun. Like, I'm having a lot of fun just shooting the ball. And I just have a lot of confidence in the work that I put in and everything that goes into it. And I know that's what this team needs me to be, too, is very confident on the perimeter. We have one of the best players in the world in Nafisa Collier. So just trying to, create that same feeling on the outside. Yeah.
Coach said that she felt like this team is doing a better job of getting you better threes maybe than at any point that you've been here. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, just the way the ball moves. I think, what did they say? 93% of our shots were assisted today. And, as a shooter, especially somebody who likes to catch and shoot threes, you love that. You're like kind of chomping at the bit. It's like when a team calls zone, like me and BC are like salivating, And I think that we're just sharing the ball, we make the right play. It's not anything I don't think specific that we're doing, but I just think we're just sharing the ball and in transition, and they have a lot of confidence in me too. They be like, shoot it, so I just be shooting it.
Kayla, 32 points tonight. That also sets a new high for you in a Lynx uniform. So getting to score that many points and to especially do it at home, just obviously getting the win. Is a big piece of that too, but just what does that mean to you to score that many points?
Oh man, it means so much. I've talked about it since I've been here. Minnesota has been such a saving grace for me in my career. I felt really lost when I was leaving Vegas. Not a lot of people know my story leaving Vegas and everything like that, and I found a home here very quickly. And so it means a lot to me to be here, and you hear your name in franchise records, and the players that came before you. And it matters a lot to me, I try to be the best version of myself for this organization, because I know how much they believed in me in free agency, and then, the extension. As a player, it's hard. You have ups and downs of your career and seasons and things like that. So I'm just, so thankful for this organization and believing in me and continuing to believe in me. And that's what you see now. I'm just playing with a lot of joy and freedom because of that. And it's the people. It's the people I get to go to work with every day. It's the staff. It's my teammates. The fans. It's just a really special place, and that's all that's really happening.
BC, the final sequence of the third quarter, it felt like a microcosm of the game itself. You got hammered down low, I believe it was 1.4 on the clock, and Ollie finds you, buzzer beater. It felt like the momentum was already in your direction already, but that really put a stamp on it, and then that translated fourth quarter. Just, is that kind of an accurate reading of the play, and just sort of what did that do for your confidence and your shot making going forward?
Yeah, I think our defense was really good in the second half. And, that first transition that you're talking about, it was a 2-on-1, and we've worked on those in practice, and, you're supposed to go until you get stopped and see a full body, and I thought I could go, but I got stopped. But it's okay, because I got blocked, and it was our ball out of bounds, and Cheryl was in my ear in that baseline out of bounds and telling me to cut, and I saw an opening. The play didn't work. We didn't get to what we wanted, and I was just made a basketball play, and Ollie saw it and read it, and I think our defense created that momentum for us, and then we were able, obviously Kayla was huge, knocking down shots. I hit a 3 in transition, and that's when our assists come too, when we're playing freely and in space, and we get open shots. But I think our defense was huge for us in the second half, and that enabled moments like that where we can kind of push the momentum forward.
Kayla, on the court, after the game, you said this team is special. What makes this team so special in your eyes, just in general this season so far too?
I mean, since day one, like when I came, the energy was just kind of different. And the chemistry is just so organic. Like there's nobody like forcing or trying to do more than, or like outside of themselves. Everybody is just coming into the gym as themselves, and it just works. We have great communication. Yeah, we have hard times. Like we get on each other, we hold each other accountable for things, and so does the coaching staff. But I think it's so internal, like our connection, and that's why you see. I think those are the best defensive teams that I've been on, is when we have the best chemistry off the court, and I think that you see that, and we never panic. And I just think that, and I said this again the other day, everybody on our team is very like confident in who they are as players. Like whatever their story is that they've been in the league, whether it's 6 years, their first year, you see Chechi, like, somebody who was here came back. Like everybody who's here is like in this space where they know who they are as a player. And I think that when you have that, you're able to kind of just morph into whatever it is that you need to be for the team. And that's been really, really cool to see. We got vets like Court, myself. I think Lan has been great. She's just kind of doing a little bit of everything. Fee is our anchor. We know that. But it's just been so nice to see everybody kind of just fit in around. And it's been so organic. And I think that that's the best part. And I'm really excited to see where we continue to grow into.
BC, I just wanted to ask you about the bench unit. I mean, you jumping into the starting unit, Olivia coming in and having great games. Alyssa Peely had a 20-point game earlier. What is it about this bench unit that people just consistently step up to the task?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is they know their role. They know what's expected of them when they come in the game. Olivia was huge for us today. She comes in and just changes the pace and like goes against their starters when their starters are tired. She comes in full of energy and just annoying on defense, which is so good for us. T coming in, doing her thing, getting confidence. I think she'll find her confidence and figure it out a little more, but she can be really impactful for us. Dorca's so mature for a second-year player. Again, like what Kayla said, like everyone just knows who they is, even the bench players, and they know their role when they come in a quarter, beginning a quarter. And we've kind of found that rhythm with the substitutions too, and there's confidence in that when you know when you're going to sub in. I know what that's like as a bench player, when you know you're going to come in the last 2 minutes of a quarter to finish the quarter out and then maybe start the next quarter. But I think everyone has confidence in that, knows they're going to play, knows we need them, knows they're going to be impactful, and just figuring out ways to do that. But yeah, we have full confidence in them when they come into the game.
Kayla, I don't know if I've ever seen Fee as animated and into a game intake as personally maybe as she took this one. She's always been a leader with her demeanor and her performance, but to see her set the tone, how have you seen her develop as a leader this year, and kind of this game as being maybe an example of that?
Yeah, she's doing it in her own way. Fee is not like somebody who's going to like talk a lot or things like that, but she's always going to say things very timely. So when her actions back that up, like she's for real. And so she said it actually to me before. She was like, we need to hit them first, like in the first 5 minutes. And so when she says stuff like that to me, and Fee doesn't say a lot, okay? When she says stuff like that to me, I know she's like there physically. And our schedule is pretty strenuous right now, and I think she can feel that. She can feel like that she needs to be more physically dominant, and I think she did a great job of that. I'm just always so impressed with Fee and how she handles herself. Sometimes I think she gets overlooked because she's just so consistent in what she does. But she's just such a force on both ends, and she holds herself to a very high standard, and I love playing with her, and we're lucky to have her.
BC with Ollie off the court, just when she just has this intensity in her eyes that's infectious. She's always clapping. She's into the game every single second. Just off the court, as someone who's from France, her first year as a 30-year-old rookie, what has she brought to the team and culture?
Yeah, it's been such a fun addition to our team. Again, it's somebody who's played overseas for a number of years, has played for the France national team. I've played against her internationally. So again, she knows who she is. Yeah, she's a rookie in the W, but she's played against so many of us overseas at high level in Turkish League, Euro League, things like that. So again, she knows who she is in the locker room. She's so fun, just such a positive ball of energy. She's quiet, but she does bring that extra culture, a little French flair to the locker room, which is really cool. Our locker room, like half of us are international. Which is super fun to see how we all kind of intermingle and get along, but it is a great addition to the team.
Kayla, around 4 minutes left in the third quarter. You put up a shot, you thought you got fouled, you appealed to the official, and then right after that you went in for an underhanded layup, a three-pointer, and you just seemed to lift your game. What was going through your mind at that time?
Well, I was very upset about the call, but that's neither here nor there. But I just wanted to stay aggressive. Like, I felt like they were flying at me a little bit. I had taken a quick three in the corner, and I just kind of wanted to get to the rim. I was pretty upset about the foul call because, whatever. I don't want to get fined. But I just wanted to continue to stay aggressive. I felt like I needed to kind of take one more step. Like we needed another like little burst, and so I was just trying to remain aggressive, in whichever way I could. Horston was on me. She's a little bit more athletic, longer. Just trying to get into her body and trying to, make a play. That was all that was.
I have just two final quick questions, and the first one for either one of you, and the second one for Bridget. You talk about Olivia. I mean, she makes that pass to you at the end of the first, and then she steals the inbound pass to start the fourth. I mean, what a huge 4-point swing that was.
Amazing. Amazing.
And second of all, as a teammate of Kayla's now for a few years, from what have you ever seen anything like this over a 2-game stretch?
I mean, no, if it's tying a record, but we obviously know what she's capable of. We're shooting partners. We shoot every day together, so she puts in the work. And every time she shoots the ball in the game, I think it's going in. And the last 2 games especially, every shot's going in. She had a few deep ones today that I was like, those are still going to go in and contested and shooting them quick. But it adds such a different dynamic to our team, and it's been incredible to witness this stretch. And not just these 2 games. Like, she's had incredible numbers leading up to these 2 games as well. And so it's been fun to play with her. It's always fun to play with her, but especially when she's shooting like 100% from 3.
And then also for Ollie, I just want to say again, like, it's not easy, like being a bench player and, coming from overseas, not just kind of finding your way. And she's so selfless in everything that she does, whether it's on the bench, giving energy. She's constantly talking to me in Turkish, which is so funny. She's like, Kayla Jenum, like, they're flying at you, so go to the basket or whatever. And then, like, in the beginning, I saw Sammy was bringing the ball up, and I was like, Ollie, go get her. Like, and that's, like, when she kind of got that steal. And it's just being able to have that communication and her maturity to be able to go out there and just make plays. I mean, 8 rebounds, 7 assists in 14 minutes is insane. Like, that's crazy. How she's able to change the game.
Yeah.
Exactly. But how she's able to change the game so selflessly. Some players come in and they want to shoot, they want to score, especially off the bench, but she's like impacting in so many other ways. And you can't put a price on that, as a team, as her teammate. Like, you just want her to be in there because you never know what you're going to get. And so, yeah, we're just really, really glad to have her.
Did you see this coming from her, playing against her?
Oh, yeah, I
over in
played
the
with
Turkish?
Ollie. I played with Ollie in Fenner for a couple months, and just her tenacity, like, she's relentless. And I know that she's been with her national team for a long time. She's very, very well respected in Europe for her ability to just kind of get into people and change the game, make plays. And so, yeah, like I said, we're just very lucky to have her, and I'm proud to be her teammate.
Bridget, Coach talked about going into the season how she wanted you shooting, more threes. The light could never be greener for you. You are on pace to pretty much shatter all of your numbers when 3 points made and 3-point attempts. I know it's been a little bit up and down, but with some good games where you've gotten really, hot from 3. How are you feeling with your shot right now, and just how your momentum for the rest of the season?
Yeah, I think, like you said, I know I have that green light, and I'm ready to shoot it. I've had some games where I've been frustrated with how I've shot it, but I know I'm capable, and I put the work in, and I always tell myself percentages even out over a course of a season, and a small sample size isn't a reflection of an entire season or who I am as a player. So I figure just keep shooting the thing. And yeah, so obviously it's good to see some fall tonight, and in LA it felt good too. So just gonna keep shooting. I know that confidence, Cheryl instills that in me, my teammates instill it in me, and I know I have to be aggressive to help our team be successful.
Taking one final question from the Zoom on Brad.
Yes. Hi, ladies. How are you?
Hi.
Seattle was on a 6-game winning streak, playing really well coming into tonight, and you held them to 34% shooting. Can you speak of how your defense is, held them down and is really becoming a very elite defense?
You got it. Yeah, we weren't proud of our defense in Phoenix, so we knew coming into tonight, especially a team that's so well organized, well coached, and has a lot of star power and players who can really score the basketball, we had to turn it up a little bit and make things difficult. First half wasn't great, but the second half, I think especially, we were able to just make things really hard, pressure the ball. We talked about Olivia coming in and kind of changing the pace of the game on the defensive end, and we fed off that energy, and Lan was huge in the paint. And we trust each other, and I think we're building that throughout the season, and it's turning into good things on offense for us as well. But yeah, Seattle's a really good team, has obviously really good players, and just making things as difficult as possible. We were able to do that tonight.